John, I can't tell how much of it is to have you with us. It's always a pleasure doing games. It's a lot of fun.
It is.
We have a great time. You have a great time. We're getting expert color commentary from a former player, a former boys coach, and a former girls coach. And anytime you or Coach Franzoni are with us, it's a blast.
It is a blast. I love being here. I was glad to be called in the last minute, and I'm happy to be here.
Well, Coach, looking at this game, we're approaching a halfway point of the season. What do you think the keys of the game are for each of these teams?
I think one of the big keys is handling the rivalry. You're up for it all day long, and you can't wait to play your arch rival, Hoosac Valley versus Drury Blue Devils. Handling the rivalry, I think right now Drury has a little upper edge, but that doesn't mean anything come rivalry game. Hoosac Valley has some great athletes, great basketball players, and this is their Super Bowl. So I think handling, come out. You usually have a bigger crowd. We have a big crowd, but I've seen much bigger crowds here at Drury.
Right.
Probably want to hear us on the game on TV. That's why they stayed home.
Oh, that's exactly right.
But who you call it? I think how do you handle the hype and do you play your normal game?
Right.
Is the key to the victory tonight, because Drury, is 7-1, and their one loss was a nail biter to Pittsfield, and Hoosac's got to lose in record. They want to get back to 500, and they have been competitive in their games, but this is like a huge win for them tonight, and it would be a statement game. I coached 7 years as a JV assistant of Billy Robinson, and I coached 7 years as a varsity boys coach here. I've seen both ends of the rivalry. It's the biggest game of the year. I know you could go 2-18, but if you beat Hoosac, those 2 wins, you had a great year, and vice versa.
You're looking at both these squads, John. Each team, Drury has a big scorer, Jorge Bond. He's averaging over 28 points a game. Hoosac Valley, Aiden Wicks, he's averaged about 21 a game. If I'm a coach, depending if you're the Hoosac coach, don't you want to try to make somebody else beat you? Then Jorge Bond.
I love Jorge. He plays soccer for me, and he's having an outstanding year. He's grown as a player, and but I've been shocked. This is my 4th game, and I haven't seen any junk defenses on him. He handles the ball. He runs in transition, and he sometimes I would have a triangle and 2 and put 2 guys on him and make someone else beat me. I don't want to give away any secrets, but I think Jorge can handle a lot of defenses because he's having an outstanding year. But if I'm Hoosac Valley, I'm going to try to make somebody else beat me.
And at the same thing on the Hoosac side, you've got a lot of offensive firepower out of Aiden Wicks. He's averaging almost 21 a game. You got to look at that Hoosac squad and make somebody else score points.
Yeah, Aiden's a great kid too. I happen to know him from family friends, and he's a scorer. He looks to score. Sometimes he forces the issue, but every game I've seen him play, he looks for his shot, and when he gets it, he scores. I think it's a rivalry game with 2 20-point scorers, and then the key players are going to be the role players. Who's going to be that second player on either team to step up and have their big game?
Right.
This is a lot of fun, though. I look at Hoosac Valley's ready for tonight's game, and Drury's, again, number 1 marked on the calendar is this game, and here we are tonight.
Well, we're going to send it down to the floor. We're just about ready for the introduction of the starting lineups for tonight's contest between the Hoosac Valley Hurricanes and the Drury Blue Devils.
Participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated or grounds for removal from the gym this evening. We ask that you please respect all players, coaches, officials, and administrators. Noisemakers, horns, bells, and whistles are also prohibited and result in removal from Drury Gym this evening. On behalf of all of us at Blue Devil Athletics, we thank you for your cooperation and enjoy tonight's contest. And now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Hurricanes. At forward, the junior, number 44, Ian Libino. At guard, the junior, number 23, Craig Field. At guard, a senior, number 1, Blake Mazzio. At guard, a senior, number 12, Aiden Wicks. And at forward, a senior, number 5, Quanell Bradley. Hoosac Valley is led by head coach Matt Larrabee. And now let's meet the starters for your Drury Blue Devils. At forward, a sophomore, number 2, Sam Bullitt. At guard, a freshman, number 14, Braden Durant. At forward, a sophomore, number 12, Shane Fauscher. At guard, a junior, number 10, Jorge Bond. And at forward, a senior, number 32, Connor Hinkle. Drury's under the direction of head coach Jack Brissett. The officials tonight are Fabio Cardoso, Matt LeBlanc, and Jack Wood. At this time, fans, visit you all, please rise. Direct your attention towards the flag as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Buckyville Gym. As Tim Maury alluded to earlier, Rick Boa, Tim Maury, and John Jacoby here to call this first of two. And that, John and Tim, that is that's a great thing. You know, we talked a little bit on the show, John, about the Berkshire League and the Suburban with the girls, and good leagues, both solid leagues for both boys and girls for these two schools.
Yeah, it's huge to get Berkshire County basketball back, kind of as a league, mostly as a league, and I know the boys are in an all Berkshire league, I'm pretty sure, but it's, traveling to Springfield and playing some other schools was a good experiment, but I think we're right back where we should be playing Berkshire County basketball.
Yeah, the fans love it. I'm sure the coaches and the kids love it. The parents with the traveling certainly
love it. That's absolutely correct. And we just about have a full house here. It is a big crowd here at Drury High School for this rivalry matchup.
Couple of returning starters for Matt Larabee's kids from last year, and maybe 3 for Coach Brissett. So different squads, different situations, different matchup. We're going to jump it up here with Craig Field and Shane Fauscher, who grew a heck of a lot over the summer. And here we go, controlled by the Blue Devils.
They got Bradley on Bond, one-on-one it looks like.
Yeah, that's quite a matchup right there.
Here's Bond, won't go. Nice rebound by Mazzio. He's going to stop and take a long pop, back iron. We got a foul over the back on Ian Lieberman, I believe, 44 for the Hoosac Valley Hurricanes. His first team's first.
Yeah, he did a good job boxing out with his legs, and then he jumped a little too early and made contact in the back, but you got Shane Fauscher underneath the backboard. You didn't have to jump, but he jumped into him.
Ball stolen away. Foster's got it back. Knocked out by Bradley. Will stay with Drury.
That's a very interesting matchup, John. Bradley and Bond.
Yeah, Bradley has the athleticism to stay with him, and he has the strength, and he has the senior experience. So he probably went to Coach Larrabee and said, I want this role, and we'll see how he does with it. Hoosac getting a lot of hands on the
three
ball.
For Bond. He's got it. First points of the ball game scored by the Drury Junior.
Yeah, Jorge's taking both shots by Drury so far.
Wicks stops, pops, front iron, no good. Rebound, Durant on the drive. All the way to the hoop, puts it up. We got an offensive foul called by Jack Wood.
Yeah, that's the toughest call in basketball. I don't know if he had his feet set, but I know Braden got a little out of control, so that could have went either way. And for Hoosac's sake, they're happy it went their way.
Hoosac Valley giving Pittsfield High fits down in PHS before losing a real heartbreaker the other night, so they can compete with anybody in the north for sure. Massio driving baseline underneath the Lieberno, puts it up and in off the glass.
Yeah, they got a good squad. I know they lost a couple of tough games, but they're going to be in most ball games.
Shane Fauscher with a dish stolen away by Bradley. Here comes Cornell. Fauscher on Wicks. Wicks on the drive, stops and pops, blocks. Here comes Bond. Bounce passes too far ahead of Connor Hinkle, well away from him. Jack Brissett not happy about that long bounce pass.
Obviously, both teams a little bit tight here in the opening moment.
Yeah, that would have been a highlight film pass, and it just didn't get up in the bounce. And back to Hoosac, the ball goes 3-2 ball game. Both teams are tight.
And we got an offensive foul going the other way. Second team foul on the Hurricanes. It's on Craig Field, his first. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is, I believe, year number 2 for the boys with the 5 personal fouls per quarter, and then you shoot the 2. No one-on-ones in boys or girls basketball.
Yeah, this is year number 2. It's got some good points and it's got some bad points. I like it early in the game. I don't like it when you're down and you got to get teams to take one-on-one now that you get automatic 2.
Hinkle with the basketball. Durant's going to take a 3. Back iron, rebound by Bond. He's going to pull it out. Here's Fauscher to the hoop. Durant's going to take a 3 for the top of the circle. And Mazzio let it go out of bounds, and it'll go to the Hurricanes.
Yeah, Braden Durant had 2 good open looks there, and he couldn't cash one in. Jorge Bond's done a great job rebounding on both ends of the floor. Came up with a second chance opportunity, but they didn't cash in.
A little over 2.5 minutes played. Mazzio gave it up, pops. Gets his own rebound, good follow-up shot. Goes up again, won't go. Here goes Bond. Try to thread the needle. No call, and it's going to stay with Drury. So good block there by Bradley, I believe.
Yeah, no, Bradley has the athleticism and the quickness to stay with Bond. He tried to cross him over, and Bradley stayed with him. Bond was lucky the block didn't go off his body.
Bond's going to pull it back out again. 3 minutes played here. Here's Sam Bullitt. Back iron a little too strong. And it's going to stay with Drury.
Yeah, it stays with the Blue Devils there.
A hoop by Lieberno and a 3 by Bond, and that's all been it for 3 minutes. Hinkle goes up on the left side, no good.
He had the up and under.
There's a miss by Lazio. Coming away, we got a foul going the other way.
Second one
Good
on
hustle there.
Craig Field. He had a great offensive rebound, but then he lost it, and now he's got a quick 2. First one to the bench.
Terrell Johnson averaging 7 points a game coming in. First substitute for Matt Larabee's squad.
Well, right now the hype is winning because neither team's playing their A game right now.
Stolen away. Here's Wicks. Won't go, and coming away with it. Fauscher got the rebound, but he was on the end line. It'll be Hoosac Valley basketball. First substitution for Drury, J.J. Pringhuber and Lucas Hamilton, senior, coming in for Durant and Sam Bullitt.
JJ's high energy is a great spark off the bench. He's having a great year. And Lucas is a steady senior and trying to calm the nerves down, see if they can get Drury on track here.
There's a steal. Hinkle goes up, can't get it to go, but he's going to go to the line.
Yeah, he's going to go to the line.
Through the contact. He had a great game the other night down low against Wacona with some nice offensive putbacks. He used his muscle. He wasn't as tall as the other kids, but he works so hard and he's so strong.
You know, Connor is an undersized forward, but anybody in Berkshire County would take him on their team. He works his butt off, and he knows how to get to the line.
Drury had a horrific night at the free throw line against Wacona and still was able to pull that one out.
Yeah, they had a great game on the court, but at the free throw line,
right.
You don't want that happening when you get closer to the season. That's something they got to work on.
Two out of two for Hinkle. 5-2 Drury, 4:13 left first quarter here from the Bucky Bullitt Gymnasium. Nice dish down to Liberno, puts it up, well, can't get it to go. Nice rebound. Stealing away by Hamilton, here's Bond. All the way to hoop, lays it up and in.
Great transition, another turnover almost, but it's going to be a foul on Bond now.
Right.
Hustling on the floor.
Those you can't help, I guess, John.
Well, that was the biggest run right there. We had 4 points by Drury pretty quick, and they had a chance of another turnover, but Hoosac is going to maintain possession with the foul on Bond.
Drury will be at the line on the next Hoosac Valley foul. They are at 4, 2 team fouls for the Blue Devils. That was the first on Bond. Carson Durant's going to put the ball in play. Looking for Wicks. Aiden all the way to the hoop with a little short one. There's no good. Saved by Pringover. He gets it to Hinkle to Bond. All the way up is stolen away.
Yeah, that's another
There's
nice
the
pass.
best, probably the best athlete on their team. Bradley picks it off. Quinnell drives. Stops. He pops no good. Pringover again with the rebound. Good box out by the Blue Devils. Here's Hinkle. Back iron, no good. Liberno to Durant. Long cross court. Long three, no good. Almost over the back there. That wasn't called. Here's Bond. All the way to the hoop. Scores!
Does a great job creating the contact and using his body to get the layup in, and he's attacking the rim and shooting threes. It's a tough combo.
2:45 left here. 9-2 Blue Devils.
Yeah, he's got 7 points early on here.
Fauscher on Liberno. Shot from the corner is no good. Liberno with another rebound. And he's fouled.
He's fouled there.
Bond or Fauscher, I believe. Could be Bond. The second.
That's a big call. It looked like Fauscher or Hamilton, and it went to Bond,
Right.
which is now his second.
Yeah, I think there was contact, but I think I thought it was Fauscher.
Yeah, no, the ref is saying Bond got him 2 hands on his back on the rebound, but Coach Reset not too happy with the call and going to go to the bench and give Bond a break with 2 fouls.
This is something you haven't seen often, boys. He's usually on the floor. as needed, and that's been pretty regularly.
Yeah, no, he had a tough game in the Western Mass Finals last year with fouls, and he's been good all year this year. That's a tough call. Both fouls against him were one a diving for a loose ball and he catches someone's feet, and that one was a tough call against him as well. So
we got our first timeout on the floor with 2:28 to go here at the Bucky Village Gym. First quarter, 9-3 Blue Devils.
Yeah, that timeout went to Hoosac Valley, I believe. They called it.
yeah, they got an opportunity here with Drury without Bond on the floor. We'll see if anyone steps up for Drury. Right now, Field for Hoosac and Bond for Drury both have 2, and that is a tough situation for both coaches.
Well, Coach Larrabee, I think he'll take that
Trade-off all day, yeah.
No disrespect to Craig Field, but
I did set that one up on a serving table because that's exactly right.
thanks, John.
Yeah, you're right. John, you're right. You go back to the Granby game in the Western Mass Finals in that Class C when he fouled out. We did that ball game, Tim, if you remember.
Right.
And, I thought to myself as we were calling the game, who's going to step up?
Right.
And Sammy Mormon and Connor Hinkle did step up, kept them in there to the very, very end. Would Drury have won if Bond had not fouled out? I believe he would have, but
Well, right now it's not the same situation. It's early, but it's going to be interesting when Coach Hoosac goes back to him. It's early for 2 fouls, so we'll see how long he sits.
here's Durant.
A little
Stolen
trappage.
away. Bradley lays it up, no good. Offensive foul. Braden Durant drew the offensive charge. First on Bradley.
That's a lost opportunity there for Hoosac. They had the numbers.
Yeah, Braden had a tough pass, got deflected, but he did a great job recovering on the defensive end. Whatever you do wrong, you worry about next play, and that's what Braden did there.
Prangover to Hinkle. Durant's going to take a pop. Won't go. Rebound by Bradley.
Hoosac's playing a suffocating defense. Nobody really wants to have the ball. No one's going to clean look. Great defense by Hoosac on that possession.
Looking for Durant. Here's Prangover.
Nice steal by Pangruber.
Goes up and scores! Lays it in. JJ was first basket of the night. Minute and a half left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, JJ is a kid who didn't get a lot of time last year, but he's earning every minute this year. Every time I see him on the floor, he does something great out there for the Blue Devils.
Mazzio trying to drive, doesn't have anything. Back to Bradley. Fennell. And he travels. Drury in the bonus. Of course, the reason they didn't go to the line, I believe, correct me, John, if I'm wrong, it was a player control foul.
On the offensive foul, yep. You don't shoot free throws on that one, which I wish you did because it's the best defensive play in basketball.
Sambola thought about the three. Hamilton goes up and he's fouled.
Good head fake by
Yes.
Lucas, and he gets a trip to the line.
Got a good part of the Drury baseball team out there, and with the white uniforms on right now, these kids are great athletes, both schools.
Right now you have 4 starters from their Western Mass baseball team out there, so they are multiple athletes, and Lucas is a super fantastic kid. He played soccer for me this year. First-time player, and he was outstanding, and came out and was a big part of our team, and that was a nice, sweet shot. I bet you they worked on free throws a lot this week. Hopefully I didn't jinx him right here and just bury it, but right now Hoosac's having trouble putting the ball in, and Drury's trying to cash in at the free throw line. Long.
Yeah, you can see that, John, yeah. Under a minute here. Hayden works to Bradley. Back to in the corner, the shot is up and no good. Rebound, Bradley. Up and in. Good job as they stuck with it. Quinnell finally hits the scoring column here.
Yeah, Terrell Johnson does a great job on the offensive boards. That's 2 of them he got so far tonight. Big save by Hamilton there.
Hinkle. Head fake. Goes up off the glass and in.
Great control. Great pass. Good save. Good possession, which could have been a turnover turned into a layup.
Hoosac Valley looking to take the last shot here, trailing by 9. Long bomb is up. No good. Rebound. Hinkle.
Too much time. He gets the shot off.
Goes up. And they're going to wave it off. And it didn't go, and it would not have gone if he had laid it in. Might have been a little walking there that wasn't called, but.
Yeah, no, Connor personified himself as a point guard there, but he ran out of time.
Well, they cut into the 2.5 minutes anyway that Jorge Bond sat. Drury held their own.
Yeah, that was a big couple minutes. It'll be interesting if Coach Reset with a 9-point lead, do you sit him still, or do you gamble putting him out there? My bet is he's going to play him.
I think he's going to play him,
He's going to trust Jorge to play smart out there. But anything can happen. It'll be a big couple minutes. And see, 9-point lead, you got that question, do you want to risk it? But I know he sat 2.5 minutes, and he's eager to get him back out there. I would maybe sit him for the first possession because Hoosac starts with the ball and then get him out on the first offensive possession. But I know Coach Reset knows what he's doing, and I bet you he wants Jorge out there. He looks like he's on the bench with the players going out on the court next.
A little bit of a danger zone here now for Hoosac Valley, even though it's early in this ballgame. We start the second quarter. They're down by 9. They want to hang in here and stay as close as they can to Drury.
Yeah, Aiden Wicks has had a couple good looks. I feel like sometimes, I talked about handling the hype, and sometimes you try to control your hype. And I think Aiden's cool as a cucumber, and I think he tried to control the hype, and he's been short on every one of his shots. But if I'm the Drury Blue Devils, I don't want him to get going. Don't let him find one, because once he cashes in, he's a streaky, hot shooter, and he's not afraid of the moment. But he's just, right now, he's been short on all 3 shots he attempted. We'll see if he can get going in the second quarter.
Bradley looking for Wicks. He wasn't there. And it's an over and back because no Drury Blue Devil touched it.
Right.
That was an actually good play by Shane Fauscher not to touch it. He got boxed out on it, but if he touched it, then it could have went right back to Hoosac, but he let it go, and they got the over and back. Good defense on Connor Hinkle on Wicks, who he didn't let get the ball back.
There's Fauscher, nice pass. Won't go. Fauscher gets his own rebound. Here's Durant, top of the circle. Drains it.
Yeah, Drury ran the old cowboy play, the lob play to start a quarter or a half, and they got it, but Shane missed it, but he was able to get his rebound, and it actually cashed in an extra point.
It's a play he's put in this year, I believe, John, because I've seen it quite often, and Shane's been fairly successful.
Yeah,
with completing it.
He didn't have it too often with Sammy last year because he wasn't as athletic, but Fauscher's got the athleticism.
With the floater, won't go.
4th one short tonight.
It's going to go to Drury. He's working hard to get free, and he's getting decent shots, just not falling. As we mentioned, he is their leading scorer with almost 21 a ball game. Having an excellent season, as expected. Been a pleasure watching him and Quinnell Bradley come through the last 4 years at Hoosac.
Yeah, no, those 4 have had a nice run with Coach Robinson, and this year with Coach Larrabee.
Cross-court pass to Sam Bullitt. Not trying to force anything. Looking for Durant, but Wicks picked it off, just couldn't handle it.
Right.
Had the turnover, but
right now, I'm impressed with Hoosac's defense, but unfortunately they couldn't gather that loose ball and gave it back to Drury because Drury got lucky there. That wasn't a great pass.
Here's Fauscher
There's a good
underneath, puts it
inbounds
in.
Nice inbounds play.
Good patience, and they found the big guy. When they went to Hinkle on the weak side, Fauscher was open right on the lob.
That's Fauscher's first field goal. Jaden Tatro in the game for the Hurricanes. Here's a nice drive, and laying it in is Bradley, and a nice strong move to the hoop. Hinkle. Nice move, blocked. Taken away by Durant. Gets it to Bradley. Nice spin move. Is fouled on the floor.
Right.
And it's ineffective shooting.
Oh, they're going to give him a couple shots, I think.
Yeah, they are, Tim. I believe it's on Durant. Braden Durant.
Yeah, Johnson has a nice block down on the defensive end. He's impressed me with his ability to get on the offensive boards and then make a great defensive play that led to the fast break for Bradley.
2 free throws for Bradley. First one is good. He and Aiden Wicks have been spectacular free throw shooters also the last couple of years.
Yeah, and I'm impressed with Bradley. He's a big that can play like a guard. He's finishing strong at the hoop, and he cashes in from the free throw line. That's what you want from your big guy that can get to the glass.
1 out of 2.
Every time I say they're good free throw shooters, they miss. So
I do the same thing. Durant going to pop a 3. Back iron. Bond with nice position for the rebound. Going to pull it back out again.
They caught.
I don't agree with it. It's an offensive foul.
I think it was a travel.
Yeah, it was a travel. Yeah.
You know, he went up and down with it, but
you as a referee, sometimes you have your mindset. That's the third offensive foul official Wood has called so far, and I thought it was a travel before he made any contact.
I agree, yeah.
But 2 fouls on Drury early in the second quarter.
Mazzio loses the ball on the floor, and we got a jump ball. It's going to go to Drury.
Yep. On the possession arrow.
I don't know. I played basketball in the 80s. They would let you fight for that for a little bit longer.
A little bit.
19-8, Drury. 5:15 left, second quarter. Bullet with nice pass down to Hinkle, goes up, no good, up again, and no good. Stolen away by Wicks. Here comes Aiden. Into the corner, Mazzio for 3. Won't go. Rebounded by Tatro. Wicks with off the glass, no good. Rebound Bond. Hoosac having a hard time with the field goals here. Fauscher puts it in.
Great take by Fauscher. He's finishing at the hole. He's one of him and Pringle are the most improved players on the Drury team. I'll say that Bond has improved too because he's went from an A plus guy to an A plus guy.
Jack Wood says it's Drury basketball. Is Lieberno and Terrell Jansen come back in for Matt Larrabee.
Yeah, Hoosac plays solid, hard defense, and Drury's maybe making a couple maybe passes, and they're getting away with it. So right now, we'll see if they can take advantage of another ball that found their way out of bounds.
Fauscher up, can't get it to go, but he's going to go to the line.
Yeah, Hoosac Valley, they're playing some decent defense. They have to find some offense. With 4:16 to go here in this first half, they've only scored 8 points. So
Lieberno with his second personal foul as Wicks gets a breather. Shane's first one's no good. He had a game down at Taconic this year where he made 11 out of 12 free throws. Had a great night.
right.
Yeah, he was a little quick. He got that ball and went right up with it. I'd like to see him take 1 second and look at the rim, but I didn't see the Taconic game, but I know he had a great night down there. Yeah, he's taking his time here.
He's got that one. 1 out of 2 for Fauscher. He's got 5 points here in the first half. Tatro is stolen away by Durant. Puts it up and in! Oh, what a nice move by the freshman.
That is an outstanding finish. He kind of switched hands as he got hit and still laid it in.
Masio won't go. Rebound. I think it's off of Pringover.
Yeah.
It'll be with the Hurricanes.
Yeah, the Hurricanes do a good job on the offensive rebounding. Drury's going to tie that up right now, but Hoosac hasn't been able to cash in on second chances. Let's see if they can here.
Shot no good. Stolen away by Pringover. Hot potato there for a while, guys. Bradley, no good. Rebound Bond. Jorge's looking. Goes up, can't get it to go.
Up and down we go here, both teams.
Tatro to Bradley. Just a little over 3 minutes left here in the second quarter. Bradley streaks to the hoop. Great passing to Tatro. Shot was in and out, no good.
Pringover
It's off of Johnson. It's going to be Drury basketball. I'm sorry, John.
Pringover couldn't get the rebound, and he tapped it off of Johnson's foot. Both of them were going after it. It was a great play by Pringover.
Falster and Durant are going out, and Romy Alvarez, the senior, is going to get his first action tonight for Coach Reset, number 24, and Sammy Bullitt back in the ball game.
Yes, Romy got some action early on when Sam was just coming off his ankle injury. It's see what he does in his time here.
Bond, got it!
Beautiful shot there by Jorge Bond. That's his second three-pointer.
Great patience by the Drury offense, moving the ball around, and a good skip pass by Lucas Hamilton. And Bond is hitting every shot. If he's got an open lane, he's shooting it. Open shot, he's shooting it.
Tatro's shot is up, no good. Another offensive glass rebound there by Johnson.
Yeah, he's been active on the boards for Hoosac Valley.
Knocked out by Romy Alvarez. It's going to stay with the Hurricanes. 2:23 left, 27-8, Drury. Cold shooting night thus far for those Hurricanes. Nice dish down underneath and scored.
Yeah,
Good cachet.
Cachet.
Bradley had scored the previous 4 points for Hoosac, and then he just had a nice assist. So he's contributing on the offensive end. They need some more players to step up with him.
Hamilton, a little floater, no good. Pringover's going to back it back out again. Alvarez for the corner, going to be way too long. Picked off by Terrell Johnson.
Yeah, Romy wanted that shot, but he didn't catch it right. He should have maybe turned it down because he didn't
Nice
have the
spin
right
by Bradley. Down low again. This time it won't go. They're getting the same play. Behind the back.
Yeah, thrown away there, turnover.
Coach Reset yelling at the kids on what should have happened.
Coach Reset's got to be happy up by 17 and holding them to 10 points, but they've had a lot of unforced errors on their end. It could be an even bigger lead. So right now, you know, plenty of teams have come back from a deficit of 17 points this early, but you're going to have to score a lot more than 10 points to be able to do it. And Drury does not want to give them the next minute and 25 seconds to get back in the ball game.
Zane Cayley coming in for Bond, who will probably sit the rest of the quarter. Masio thought about it, gave it up to Bradley. Wicks, back iron, no good. Rebound by Sammy Bullitt. It's going to be off of Lucas Hamilton. He's pleading his case. He's not going to win it, though.
Yeah, he had the ball knocked away, but the ref got the call right. It went off his leg. You don't always feel that as an offensive player.
We are under a minute here at Drury. 27-10 Blue Devils. Cachet, back to Wicks. Aiden with a long three. Won't go. Rebound by Bullitt. Good box out there by Sammy. Zane Cayley. Got it! A big three off the bench.
That's a big shot for Drury.
30-10.
That's one thing Zane doesn't have a problem. The big moment, he had a great game against Pittsfield. Even though they came up short, he had a big fourth quarter, and he had a big three right there. 20-point lead.
Lake Mazzio's shot won't go. It's going to be off of, it's a foul on Johnson, I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah, and you got Hoosac, you're down 20, you want to get a bucket any way you can, but you left 8.5 seconds on the clock. Drury gets the last shot now.
Here's Durant. Sam Bullitt with the jumper, no good at the buzzer, just before the buzzer. And yeah, they had some turnovers, John, but that's a heck of a half for Drury.
Yeah,
30 points, decent scoring-wise, but holding the Hurricanes at 10. And it's not that they didn't get shots off. They didn't make any of the jump shots.
Yeah, they didn't cash in a three the whole half. Aiden Wicks didn't get going, who's their 20-point scorer. Bradley had their most effective moments on the offensive floor. But when you score 10 points, you're pretty lucky you're only down 20, because Drury had 30, but they could have had 40 if they didn't have a few unforced turnovers. But Bond had a good half as usual, and Faulcher has impressed me. And then Zane Cayley hit a big three down the stretch. You add it all up, it's a 20-point lead.
Yeah, running down the scoring here in the first half. You said it, John. For Hoosac Valley, they only hit total 10 points, and the story really of the first half for Hoosac Valley is their leading scorer, Aiden Wicks, who averages almost 21 points a game, was shut out in the first half. For Hoosac Valley, their leading scorer was Quinnell Bradley. He had 5. Ian Libano had 3, and Ben Cachet had 2 for 10. For the Blue Devils, they were led by Jorge Bond. He had 10, but kind of a quiet 10 when you really think about it.
Yeah.
Bradley did a nice job on him. They threw some different defenses at him. 5 points for Shane Faulcher, the sophomore. Braden Durant, 5 points. Connor Hinkle had 4. Lucas Hamilton had a follow shot. J.J. Pengruber with 2. And you pointed out, John, I thought a huge shot there was off the bench. Zane Cayley with that 3-pointer. That was a real dagger late in the first half.
When you're playing teams with big scorers like both of these teams have, Drury did a great job on Hoosac's leading scorer. Bond is under his average, which you would feel really good about normally, but all the role players on Drury ended up with 4 or 5 points, and it adds up to the big 20-point lead at halftime.
Right. And we're here at halftime at Drury High School, and right now we have the Drury cheerleading squad on the floor at halftime with the score Drury 30 and Hoosac Valley 10.
We were talking earlier, fellas, about the boys, Berkshire League. I was telling Tim earlier off camera, John, that I talked to Howard Herman. I saw him recently, and I said, are you going to be up at Drury on Monday night? See Wacona Drury? Absolutely. And I said, that should be one of those games where by the time it's over, regardless of the outcome, Coach Reset will know where he stands with his kids. And he said, I don't look at it that way. I said, so how do you look at it? I think Coach Belcher's going to have to take a look at, see where he stands with his kids. And boy, was he right. But that is, I told Tim, and Tim agrees with me, that is one heck of a squad Justin Belcher has down at Wacona.
Yeah.
That is an incredibly talented team.
Yeah, he puts, as I said to Rick, you look at that squad from Wacona, John, he puts 5 players on the floor that can score the basketball. That's tough to defend at the high school level.
Yeah, no, he's had an impressive run down there, Coach Belcher, and I didn't make the game Monday night, but I do know that he has a nice squad. But Drury, I read quotes in the paper from Coach Belcher. He was like, it's kind of a good thing because his squad got punched in the face, and now let's see how they respond to it. You know what? When you play in Berkshire County, you get tournament-like games all year long.
Right.
And that just is going to get you ready for the postseason. And that Monday night sounded like it was one. Drury offensively was stellar from the floor. and they, as we already noted, they struggled from the free throw line, and they got to improve on that. But they beat a Wacona team that's quite talented with a decent, amount of margin on a night where they shot less than 50% from the free throw line. Both teams are making good runs, and it's exciting to see talented basketball teams heading to the postseason from Berkshire County.
John, how much of this is matchups? So, I mean, you never, ever play a game on paper, and you make that very, very clear to your team. But they hung with Pittsfield, they hung with Taconic, they hung with Monument. I think they beat Monument by a point down in Cheshire. So they can hang with the bigs. They took it on the chin to Wacona. So that was the largest loss that the Hurricanes have had this season. But I think that league's still wide open.
I think Hoosac is like, when their things are going good, they're going to be really good. They're a great defensive team from what I've seen tonight. And, they can play. But I know other teams are going to do everything they can to try to slow down Aiden Wicks. And they're going to find points. Craig Field, who had 17 points the other night, hasn't scored, and Aiden Wicks hasn't scored, and that's a big difference. Right now, if you're in the Drury locker room, you say you're up 20, let's get it to 25-30. And if you're in the Hoosac locker room, you're saying it's 20, let's get it down to 12 or 10 before going into the fourth quarter. So, Hoosac, I have a feeling Aiden Wicks is going to score double digits in the second half, but Drury's 20-point lead is going to be tough to overcome, especially the way Hoosac Valley's been scoring tonight.
This Hoosac Valley team, so much different from last year's squad, just because of the loss of their leading scorer, Trevor Moynihan, who has transferred to Agawam High School. This summer he made that decision, and so Coach Larrabee, when he was awarded the position, kind of knew what he had. And Tim and I talked about it. We talk about it on our show. Will there be a step back? Will Wicks and Bradley have to step up even more? They have. They're doing the best they can with what they have. He's going to be getting some contributions from some other kids, for sure. But the Drury team is a lot different, John, in my opinion, because there were several games we called last year where at halftime, and Tim, you'll remember this also, all the scoring was done by Sam Mormon and Jorge Bond at the half. Now, kids would pick it up a little bit. They scored 3, 4, 5 in the second half to make the scoring a little bit looking better for contributions. But this year, it's totally different. And if Sam Bullitt ever gets going offensively, he's given up a lot of shots, hasn't taken that many. If he becomes even part of what he was last year, this team is going to be awful dangerous down the road, and especially in D5.
Well, you start with your best player, and Jorge Bond has separated himself from last year's Jorge Bond. He is rebounding probably double digits or near double digits a game. He's averaging near 30 points. Other teams have to worry about him. That gives you opportunities for your role players to step up. You got the leadership of Connor Hinkle, and I've been totally impressed with Shane Faucher's play this year, who wasn't even part of the varsity team last year. And then J.J. Prenguber, who was a role player, bench player. I'm impressed with his contributions on both ends of the floor. And, Jack does a great job making his kids better, working every day in practice. And there's a lot of buy-in on that team, and they are playing like a team. Bond might be getting 28 points, but they don't care if they pass the ball to Bond or get the ball back from Bond. All Drury wants to do is win as a team, and you can see it out there. They're playing great team basketball.
Grab those tickets. Tonight's winning number 094584. 094584.
We will be back next week, next Thursday, for the Hoosac Valley girls here against the Drury Blue Devils. And this is number 2 of the 4 live games we're doing. And then I want to do a couple shout outs to some of my friends out there. If Joan and Ed Marco from Adams are watching, big Hurricane fans, just want to wish them a Happy New Year and hope they're enjoying the game, even though the Hurricanes are down 30-10 at the half. I want to do a shout out to our our good friend and our colleague, Peter Gentile,
Right.
who's home recuperating from some surgery recently. And Peter, we miss you very much. If you're tuning in, watching the game,
Right.
we're doing the best we can without you. Our thanks to very, very much to Matt Tucker, the executive director at Northern Berkshire Community Television, with a pretty new staff down there. He's doing a wonderful job, and Matt's done a great job getting us on air for live games in Cheshire and here. And he's got a couple more to do. So thanks, Matt, so much for the hard work you've put in for helping us out. And the community really enjoys it, I know.
Yeah, Peter is an amazing guy to work with. When I went to college, he was doing the games at North Adams State.
Yeah.
And I did some games on the radio or TV, and he was always there either helping or running the thing. And, I appreciate all the hard work he's put in, and I had a lot of fun growing up in college and then getting back in it with you guys. Yeah. So it's a lot of fun, and best of luck to Peter.
So without Peter, we were short cameramen, and Stephen Burgoon and Matt Tucker from NBCTC have done a great job getting some guys trained, and hopefully we'll be able to do some tape games also this year. And most importantly, during the tournament, the Western Mass Class C and D, if they still have that, and of course the MIAAs. As the kids are back, and the Blue Devils are back with their starters, Durant, Bond, Fauscher, Hinkle, and Bullitt.
Great job by Coach Reset managing Jorge's minutes there. He goes into the third quarter with a manageable only 2 fouls. He picked up 2 fouls, 2.5 minutes, and 3.5 minutes into the game. And now he's just going to be smart and stay with 2 as long as he can. Right now, Hoosac's coming out of a timeout. If I was Coach Larrabee, I would have ran a play for Wicks, because you got to get your leading scorer going. If I'm Coach Larrabee, I'd get him going to the basket and try to just get the ball to go in one time for him, but we'll see what they come up with.
Lake Massio will get the ball to Cornell Bradley, and we're off here for the second half. Bradley to the hoop, puts off the glass, no good, rebound Bond.
Yeah, I know Sammy Mormon grabbed a lot of rebounds, but I see Jorge getting so many more rebounds this year than I did last year. He's improved so much on that end of the floor.
Fauscher doesn't have anything yet. Gets it back out to Bullitt. 12 on the shot clock. Underneath, nice pass. It won't go for Fauscher, but Shane will go to the free throw line.
You know,
our first foul call.
It looked like a little old-fashioned flex. A lot of times Jack doesn't run a set offense, but they came out with a set offense. Got a layup for Fauscher, almost a three-point play, but now he's going to have to earn it at the line.
Yeah, that was a good set by Drury coming out there in their first possession, John. You're absolutely right. They ran a good set there.
Yeah, they had the first look, and the Drury player, the guy was open on the flex cut, but they didn't make the pass because the ball defender did a great job taking it away. And Drury, unlike many times in the first half, were patient, ran it through until they got the pass, and they got the free throws. 0 for 1 on the first one. We'll see how he does on the second one.
Terrell Johnson in the ball game. Second one is good. 1 out of 2 for Fauscher, just like he did in the first half. Craig Field with 3 fouls on the bench for Matt Larrabee. Mazzio, his drive won't go. Offensive glass, rebound. That you didn't say, that's Johnson.
That's Johnson, Terrell Johnson.
That's at least his 4th offensive rebound. First one he was able to put in, and big, much-needed 2 points for the Hoosac Hurricanes.
All the way to the hoop, can't get it to go. Fauscher, shot is up, it won't go. Liebenow pulls it down for the Hurricanes.
2 good looks by Drury. Bond put a little too much spin on it, and Fauscher got the back of the rim.
Massio doesn't have it. He's going to give it up. Nice. There's that spin move. There's that dish down low. Won't go again.
Nice block, though. Fauscher got the block.
Great move by Hinkle. Just threw it.
Everything but the hook for Hinkle.
Right.
That's something, that Sam Mormon couldn't do. Shane can take it coast to coast.
Great, no go.
Great for a big man with the ball.
Braden Durant will take the ball up. Hinkle trying to back in. Fauscher drives.
That's going to go over.
Loses it.
Some nice defense there along the baseline. But Liebenau, he kind of sealed it off, and Fauscher had nowhere to go.
Aiden Wicks with Sam Bullitt on him. Doesn't have anything, gets it back to Johnson. Working along. Mazzio's going to take a long three. Won't go. They're going to go offensive board. Nice baseline drive. Up, no good. And up and in. Johnson, I believe, wasn't it?
Bradley.
Was it Bradley?
One,
I couldn't see. I was kind of boxed out a little bit.
Both of them were going after. Good position by them.
Shane Fauscher won't go. Probably not his shot, but it was wide open. He's got the okay to take it. Bradley comes away for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, big minutes for Hoosac right here. They're cut the lead by 3, and they got possession.
Nice drive, blocked by a Bullitt. Bradley. Mazzio all the way to hook.
Another
Blocked by
block.
Fauscher.
Oh, nice play by Fauscher.
Good job getting back by
Here
Bradley.
comes Wicks. Offensive foul again, drawn by Hinkle.
Interesting here, John, in this sequence in the second half. You see, without Wicks and Bond scoring, both these teams have some difficulty putting the ball in the basket.
Without a doubt. I mean, Wicks is,
He's
having a game that I've never seen him have.
He's shut out so
And
far.
right now, you feel the little pressure and you put it on yourself.
Hinkle with a travel. Drury really out of sync here
Yeah.
in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, they ran a beautiful set coming out of the half.
Missed
for
the
their
shot.
First possession.
Yeah.
Missed the shot. But both teams are really in a funk here.
Yeah, Coach Resette's not happy, and he called timeout, I believe. I don't think that timeout was Hoosac. I think it was Drury.
Yep.
4:27 left in the third. 31-14 Blue Devils.
This is one of those games, like right now, like I don't feel good if I'm Drury.
Right.
I want to put them away.
Right.
And Hoosac gets on a 6-0 run, and you're talking, you feel the noose around your neck a little bit. You got a commanding lead, and Coach Resett called timeout to let his team know, hey, we're up, calm down, let's just play Drury basketball, because right now they're in a funk.
It's 31-14 here with 4:27 to go in this third quarter. And
I thought Bond had that layup, but that didn't work out. I thought Hinkle had one. He did a reverse that didn't work out.
Yeah,
It's going to happen. And the Hurricanes, their points, few and far between, have been down low mostly.
yeah, no, they
Some
haven't.
nice dishes underneath.
They haven't hit anything from outside, which has hurt them. But again, you can go 0 for whenever. You got to make your next shot. Once that ball goes through the basket, your mental game changes completely. And right now, Hoosac's got possession and a chance to cut it to 15 or 14 with a 3. And Drury's got to play some good defense here.
right.
Wicks, short. Offensive rebound. Here comes Bradley. Gives it up. Here's Aiden Wicks again. Got it this time.
Oh,
Finally.
And he's saying to himself, there it is. There's this one that went in the hoop. Now you wait and see what happens.
And coming on the other end to put it late it is, Sammy Bullitt. It's his first points of the night. Wicks again. This one won't go. And we got a foul over the back on Hinkle. Great job by Bradley for positioning there.
Yeah, Wicks took a 3-pointer and Bradley got Hinkle far enough under the lane, and the long rebound found him, and Hinkle couldn't avoid picking up the foul.
That's the second on Hinkle. Durant also has 2, as Jorge Bond, all with 2 personal fouls for Drury. Craig Field on the bench with 3 for the Hurricanes. 2 for Ian Lieber, no.
That's a nice interior pass there.
Hinkle comes away with it.
And they're going to call, I believe, let's see what this is. Looks like they're going to call a travel on Hinkle. No, they're going to call a foul. I think it's going to go against Hinkle.
Wow.
And it's scrum on the floor. So that's his third foul, John.
I didn't see that one, and I didn't see the first one of the 3 he's picked up.
You know, sometimes you ask why or how, and that one, it was a hustle play. I thought it was either going to be a jump ball or a travel, but somehow Connor picked up the foul, and now he's on the bench with 3 fouls.
Yep. A little bit of foul trouble there, Richard, but they've got the 16-point lead.
And they got a deeper bench.
But as you said, John, it just doesn't seem, you know, it's a 16-point lead, but Hoosac Valley hanging around, and Drury really could be in a position to put them away.
There's a 16-point lead in 3 straight possessions. Hoosac's had a chance to cut into it more.
Good position there by
Fauscher, nice hard rebound.
Here comes Shane.
And now they
Lay
did
it
cut
in.
in.
They cut in nicely to the lead.
14-point game now. Big couple minutes here. You don't want to go into the fourth quarter. Hoosac's trying to cut the lead in half, and they're halfway there.
There's Bond to the basket, doesn't go. Kind of forced that one there.
Yeah, you know, Jorge's done a great job all year scoring, and I have not seen him force it much all year, but that one right there, he kind of forced it into a crowd.
Hamilton with the floater.
And
won't go. Drury out of sync offensively, for sure.
Yeah, you know, Connor Hinkle does not score 15, 20 points a night, but he's a big part of the offense, setting screens, rebounding, and just having the ball go to him when anyone's in trouble. So it'll be interesting how they do.
Hey, wide open is Wicks for a big 3.
11-point game right now. Hoosac's chipping away. Chip, chip, chip is what Coach Larraby's saying, and they've got it down to 11.
Driving to the hoop and letting it in.
Nice move there.
That's when you need your best player to step up and get you a bucket, and he got an uncontested layup. Great drive by Jorge.
Wicks. Shot blocked.
Point.
Big offensive glass rebounds by the Hurricanes. Shot from the corner, no good. Rebound by Bond. 2-on-1. And what a hook, nice layup by Bond there.
Yes, nice play.
He attacks hard, but he controls his body great and finds to lay it in. A lot of players bank that off the backboard and miss, but he soft enough landing, and it falls for him.
Farnell Bradley, no good. Rebound on the floor.
And it's going to go over to Drury on the possession arrow. Big sequence there.
Yeah, they get it back up to 15 with Jorge Bond scoring all 4 of the points.
In comes Durant.
Right there, Hoosac did a great job being patient. Wicks got 2 open looks and made both of them. But then they were taking 3-pointers that maybe were a little ill-advised. And, you know, Drury's been able to chip back with 4 points from Bond to get it back up to 15. Craig Field, who's been in foul trouble all game, trying to find some minutes here with a minute left. Let's see if he can be a difference maker out there.
Durant. Got it!
That's a big bucket by the freshman.
Here's Wicks driving to the hoop. Puts it up. Oh, nice shot by Aiden Wicks off the baseline.
Yeah, once Wicks found the basket once, that's 3 baskets this quarter for 8 points, and watch out for him.
Banks a 3. When you average 28, you got to have those once in a while.
Score is score right there. Bradley did a great job on him. Bond just wanted to make sure he got it over him, and it banked it in.
Wicks won't go. Aiden was feeling it a little bit and missed his last couple.
Yeah, and, that's the problem with, spending so much energy to cut the lead. Drury's responded and got it back up to 19, and it's almost like a tie game, tie this quarter.
15 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Drury looking to take the last shot. They're going to look for Bond, I'm sure, at some point. Again, over and back court violation, and Hoosac Valley will get the last shot off with 3.6 left on the clock. 43-24.
Like I've said many times, it's so much easier up here, but I would have let that ball roll out and let the clock go a little bit more.
Long bomb. In and out, no good.
And that is going to do it for the third quarter here, gentlemen.
Well, the Hurricanes cut it, I believe, to 11 points. And then they set up a play for Bond, a couple of layups, a 3.
Yeah, they got it to 11, and then Drury went on an 8-0 run to end the quarter. Hoosac scored
14-13, Hoosac in the third.
More points in the third quarter than they did in the first half combined.
Right.
And but they ran out of some magic in the last couple minutes, and a veteran team. Drury's young. I call him a veteran team, but Braden Durant made some big buckets that quarter, especially the 3, and then Bond another 3 and 2 driving baskets. So, Drury's got to feel good answering Hoosac's response. Hoosac knows they did it once. Can they do it again? Because they did cut it to 11 with about 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter. But then after that, it was all Drury from there.
Foul trouble, Connor Hinkle with 3 for the Blue Devils, 2 for Braden Durant, 2 for Jorge Bond, and as I said earlier, Craig Field with 3 for the Hurricanes.
Leading scorer in this ball game through 3 quarters, Jorge Bond. Has 17, right. Wicks started to heat up, but also Blake Mazzio, who averages 10 a game. He's scoreless in this game as well. So,
yeah, Mazzio and Field both haven't scored. That's 18 points a game. That's about the difference in the lead.
And Wicks is going to go to the line there.
He's pretty automatic from the line. He's going to be on the line for 2.
You just put the jinx on him there.
I don't know. He's really good.
I am a
Connor Hinkle with his 4th foul.
I'm a decent scorer. I can shoot the ball a little bit. Nowhere near as good as Wicks, but it's sad to see him struggling. He wants to. This is a rivalry game. He wants it so bad. Rick had to put the hex on him for the first one.
Sorry.
He'll switch this one, but he wants it so bad, and he just got to find his way, and nothing but net on the second one.
9 second-half points for Aiden Wicks, as you pretty much predicted, John.
Yeah, you know what? I know, score is score, and Wicks is fighting through a tough game, but he's got 9, and he'll end up being in double digits before you know it.
Sam Bullitt. Can't get that one to go. Here comes Bradley. All the way to the hoop, lays it up and in. Nice driving layup by Bradley. 11 points for Bradley and double figures for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, Bradley plays a good overall game. He's doing a great job on the defensive end.
We got a timeout called by Coach Brissett.
Drury's going to call a timeout here.
And he's trying to lead the team, Bradley, as they go into the huddle and just keep it positive. They're down to 16. It's interesting.
Drury comes into this game averaging 74 points a game, Hoosac 68. That's pretty good scoring for those two teams in 24 or 32-minute basketball anyway.
Right.
Yeah, no, usually when you play the Hoosac Drury rivalry, it's 20 points below their averages. It's a defensive battle, and it is again tonight.
Right.
But Sammy Bullett's having a tough time putting the ball on the hoop a little bit right now. He's a fantastic kid. He had a great year as a freshman. It tells you how important the preseason is, because he hurt his ankle this year and he missed the first week of practice. Once he gets his legs going and finds his game, they're going to be a really good team.
Right.
Because I'm impressed with Sammy Bullett, and he, you know, even though he's not putting the ball in as consistently as he did last year, you can't tell it on his face. He just takes every possession as it comes. When he gets his game going, it's just going to help the Drury team so much more. And it's going to happen soon, because he's like just breaking into mid-season form when his teammates are already there. Connor Hinkle returned to the floor with 7 minutes left to go. It's good to get the senior back out there.
Falsher, nice dish underneath.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hinkle with the hoop. 6 points for Hinkle tonight. Wicks stops and pops. In and out, no good. Offensive rebound. No good on a foul.
Field gets he hasn't taken a shot all night, and his first shot will be a free throw. That was a great pass by Falsher. Like I said, I saw them play several games last year. I'm impressed at how much his game has grown, and that was just a great play by Shane finding Connor for the easy two.
Fields got the first one. Three out of 5. That's it. 3 out of 5 for the Hurricanes tonight at the free throw line.
They've taken a lot of three-pointers. The only one really going to the basket hard is Bradley, and then the big guys have gone to the basket and made some layups, but not too many foul shots.
1 out of 2 for Field. Offensive board, no good. Rebound Hinkle. Timeout, I believe.
Timeout on the play. Hinkle looks a little bit shaken up there.
I think he might have got hit in the mouth.
Right.
Accidentally. 6:43 to go in the ballgame. 45-28 Drury.
And while we have a moment, we want to thank Northern Berkshire Community Television for the live broadcast of this high school basketball action between Hoosac Valley and Drury from the Bucky Bullet Gymnasium at Drury High School. We want to thank our producer tonight, Matt Tucker, doing a great job on the technical aspects of this game. Of course, we'll be back here live next week as the girls take the action here, Hoosac Valley and Drury.
That should be a good one, Tim.
Yeah, Drury had the better of Hoosac Valley, the first one earlier in the year, and
yeah, the Drury girls have had a tough couple road losses, and they have a big game against Lennox tomorrow. It's going to be an emotional night for the Drury Blue Devils as they're retiring Allison Felix's number 10 tomorrow night, and they're retiring, honoring Jocelyn LeClaire, who in her brief time with the Drury girls basketball also wore number 10.
That's nice, John.
Yeah,
That's
so
really,
it's
really
going to be a big emotional night for the Drury Lady Devils, and look forward to being part of that night tomorrow.
Durant takes the inbounds. Full court pressure here. And we got a kick ball is going to save the Drury Blue Devils here.
yeah, they got trapped in the backcourt. Durant picked up his dribble and
Bullet looking for somebody to pass to. Falsher to Durant. Shots blocked. And the shot clock is going to go off.
Violation.
Good defense by the Hurricanes there. One of the best in the second half here.
Yeah, Drury did a good job moving the ball around. You want to get a better look in the last few seconds, and Connor got stuck in the low post with 3 guys on him, and nothing could be done.
Nice drive, big drive by Field. That's his first field goal of the night.
Back to 15.
And
Offensive
an
foul
on Bond. Yeah,
that's going to be 4. He's going to play very, very smart here down the stretch.
Yeah, a little frustration there, and he's a little shaken up on the play.
Yeah, you know, Jorge did a great job responding to a couple runs by Hoosac in the third quarter, but right there he went at it, and the defense was waiting for him. And then I'm not sure the Hoosac player, but he did a great job giving up his body and taking the charge.
Even though it's been a double-digit lead for just about the whole game, they have not been able to put the Hurricanes away whatsoever.
Big possession here.
Shot is up and no good. Another rebound by the Hurricanes.
They've done a good job on the boards tonight.
Here's
And
Durant.
a turnover.
Lays it up. And in it one! Great job by the 9th grader.
Braden Durant. He went coast to coast.
He did a great job putting his body into Bradley, and Bradley had no other choice but to give up the layup or try to block it and foul him. And Durant was able to lay it in and get the foul, and that was a great play by the freshman.
11 points unofficially for Braden Durant.
I think he's only seen the tip of the iceberg of what he's going to be able to do. He's a great player, and he's only going to get better the more and more he plays.
Field goes up, no good, rebound Bond. Hinkle tries, lays it up and in. Nice feed from Bond.
Nice run out there by Hinkle.
Great run out, great find, great transition right there, back to 20 points. Now you feel a little better if you're Drury, and Hoosac worked their butts off to cut the lead twice, and both times Drury responded.
A travel call on Colonel Bradley.
Right.
He's got that nice spin move, and he's taken a few shots and made a few and missed them, and he has some nice dishes.
This is a game, though, where Drury's up by 20, but a couple plays here and there, and it could have been a different ball game. But right now, Drury's just got to be smart with the ball, and they're going to take it home at now, getting the lead back up to 20.
And Bond drew the foul. Stayed away from contact. Was very smart there, playing driving like that with 4 personals. That's Terrell Johnson's 3rd personal foul. Jorge has not been to the line tonight, I don't believe.
No, this is his first attempt.
Seven for 10 for the Blue Devils, much better than against Wacona the other night.
Yeah, foul shooting is a streaky thing in Wacona. They didn't have it. Tonight they seem to have it. I didn't go to the Wacona game, but I was shocked to read what they shot from the line, because, you know, at minimum you want to shoot 60%.
Right.
And they're doing 75% tonight. So basketball is a funny game. You have your nights where you're on and you're off. If you're going to shoot 47% from the free throw line, you might as well do it in a game you win by double digits. But they still don't want to be playing with fire as they get heading towards mid to postseason.
Right.
I talked to a few folks that talked to Jack Reset preseason, and what Coach I guess told them was, hey, look, all I'm looking to do is win 10. You know, we'll start with that.
Yep.
You know, with that frame of mind, and they hold on here, they're going to be 8-1.
Yeah, you know, when I coached, you know, and we had a few years without making the postseason, but it's my goal is always win opening night. That's the first thing you can control, and then you try to get to 10 wins. Then you try to win your league. Then you try to win Western Mass, and now you would try to win states. And Coach Reset, he's a veteran coach. I mean, he's a big-time, Western Mass basketball player. He's been with the program. If you look over on the bench, he honors his former coach, Coach Zotek, every night by having his jersey on the bench. He's got a great program right now. If you look at the floor, you got only Connor Hinkle is not coming back, and then you got Lucas Hamilton, but I think those are the only two. Vermel every once in a while, but they got most of the players coming back
Johnson's
next
shot
year.
is blocked
Right.
by Fauscher. Hinkle stops.
He got tied up down there.
Bond's going to take a three. Won't go. Rebound by Johnson. Gets it to Bradley. Craig Field to the hoop. It's going to go off the Hurricanes.
Doesn't get any easier for Drury. Their next game is at Pittsfield. Their only loss of the year, so they get a rematch shot at Pittsfield High School on the 13th.
And that loss, Drury had the lead for 31 and a half minutes, and they missed some free throws down the
Fauscher
stretch.
to the hoop. Won't go, no call. Here comes Aiden Wicks. Nice bounce past the field. He just can't get it to go. Hinkle with the rebound.
Now that's travel. Yeah, that was a good call. That was a good call.
You know what? Good call, but a great job for the big guy to bring in the ball for the last two possessions.
Absolutely.
Probably not. He doesn't really want him bringing the ball that often. Let's dish to a guard. Good job by Connor.
Yeah, no, Connor's not afraid to handle the ball. Both Connor and Shane can handle the ball. That's a luxury most teams don't have. But you don't want them handling it too much, like
Bradley
you said.
to Wicks. Wicks with an NBA three. Bang! Nice shot by Aiden. Really hit it up here in the second half. 12 points for...
And they're going to call, I think, a tie. They're going to call a foul.
Going to call on the shot clock.
Yep.
Fabio does a good job out there, but he always catches the shot clock, not on target.
Right.
This is the third time he's got it in the 2 games I've been to with him roughing. So, but he's right on it, and it'll be a quick fix.
You know, in a game like this, John, where Hoosac Valley, they've really been limited. They've been called from the field. Good defense by Drury. Only scored 33 points, but by the same token, all the turnovers, all the missed shots, Drury's only scored 52.
Right.
It's an interesting game.
Yeah, Drury's happy with the 19-point lead right now, but if Hoosac had any offense going, we'd be in a barn burner right now. And both teams are way below their scoring average.
Fauscher lays up beautiful feed from Bond to Fauscher.
Well, that's the thing you're going to see in the second half of the year.
Bradley to the hoop. Puts it up and won't get it to go. Fauscher comes away with it again. Here comes Shane. Prengover. Braden Durant. Got a three.
Yep.
Braden shot the ball well tonight. When you have your second guard can shoot as good as Braden, you're in trouble most nights.
Right.
14 points unofficially for Braden Durant tonight. Prengover all over Aiden Wicks. Bradley, right down the lane, lays it up. Nice lay-in by Bradley. Nice strong move to the hoop.
He's got 13 points on the night.
2:20 in the ballgame, 57-35 Drury. Durant again, back iron. Nice rebound by Bradley. Strong.
Yeah, he does it on both ends of the floors.
Up won't go. Here comes Durant. Stolen by Dick. They just gonna let him. He's not gonna fall out of the game. That's for sure.
No. Hoosac's emptying their bench, and
Terrell
Drury.
Johnson with his second bucket of the night. Back to they only played even here in the, and even though Drury wasn't able to put him away, big time. They hung with them when they have to, especially when they got it down to 11 in the third.
Unlike the first half, this second half saw streaks. Hoosac went on a streak and Drury answered it. Hoosac went on another streak, cut it down to 15 the second time. They got it down to 11 the first time. And then Drury went on a 10, 12-0 streak to get it up to 23. And now we're back to 20. You played 14 minutes and 10 seconds, and it's dead even in the second half, and that's all Drury wanted. And Hoosac made an effort to make a comeback, but tonight's going to be owned by the Drury Blue Devils when the buzzer finally goes off.
So the regulars are out. Both Coach Larrabee and Reset going to the benches. Max Griffin, Romy Alvarez, Lucas Hamilton. Bond is still in, as is Fauscher.
I had my opening night against Hoosac when I took the Drury job. We got blown out by about 30, and then we lost at the buzzer the second game. So I'm telling you that the game at Hoosac Valley will be a different story. But tonight, the veteran leadership of Drury held on.
Trying to get Zane Cayley into the ball game.
Yeah.
For Jorge Bond.
Got to go in for Bond at a nice night. Interesting on Bond tonight, John. Ends up with I got him at 19 points unofficially. Really kind of a quiet 19 points. Bradley did a nice job on him.
He did, yeah.
Overall, and it's hard, you say that, he held him to 19 points.
Right, if I scored 19 points, that'd be 3 nights worth, for me. But he didn't force it tonight too often. He forced it one time where he picked up the charge. But you know what? It's been an impressive effort by the entire Drury Blue Devil team
Chase George
tonight.
to Cayley. Cayley's going to take a 3.
Yeah, Drury's
Tyler Hakes, number 13.
going to come out of here with a nice victory. They're going to go.
Shot up, no good. Rebound, up and in.
Believe it all. They are to Cachet. They are going to go to 8-1, and they have a big matchup next week against Pittsfield High. Their only loss down at Pittsfield, so that'll be an interesting matchup between those two teams.
Yeah, that'll be real interesting because that was a game Drury led for 31 minutes, like I said earlier. And Pittsfield does a great job closing games because they had to come from behind to beat Hoosac the other night.
Here's Cayley with a step back, a little strong.
Wow.
Tatro comes away for the Hurricanes.
Max,
Carson Durant, number 11.
you got 3 seniors in who didn't see a lot of time in the second half. And then
Shot from the corner's no good. Offensive rebound. Shot is up, no good. Another offensive rebound. Shot no good. Another offensive rebound.
Well, I'll
Just going to stay with our Hurricane. Shooting percentage goes down even further on that possession. Hoosac ball. 32 seconds left. 18-point Drury lead. Pretty much been there since the second quarter. Shot up is no good.
Another offensive rebound.
Shot is no good.
Another offensive
Hey,
rebound.
there's a score.
There's Ben Cachet. He's got 6 points on the night.
Except for the little run in the third quarter, not a lot of excitement tonight. It was ugly to start the game, and then Drury built a double-digit lead that they never saw go away, and they're going to end up winning by 16.
Right. That's going to do it. A hard-fought game, and Drury's going to come away with the victory, 57-41. And a packed house here at Drury High School.
And as the two teams shake hands, then the kids will go out, shake hands with the referees one at a time.
And of course, these two teams will go at it again up at Hoosac Valley, this time on February 6th. That's going to be towards the end of the season. A lot of big games left for both these teams. Hoosac Valley falls to 500 now, 4-4. And Drury goes to 8-1.
Yeah, it's an impressive start by the Drury Blue Devils. They did lose a couple seniors, but the key player was Sammy Mormon. But like I said, the improvement of Shane Fauscher the improvement of J.J. Prenguber, who's seeing big-time minutes this year, and then the overall improvement of Jorge Bond. I think Jorge's always been a scorer, but I see him doing it on both ends of the floor. Double-digit rebounds almost every single night, and it's a lot of fun to see a special player like that out there. And Coach Reset has his team playing as a team. Connor Hinkle's a great senior leader, chipping in with 6 to 10 points a night. They have a good squad, and hopefully they keep building and building and building, and they're going to be in for a nice run this season if they can put it all together. And every day they're putting it together a little bit more and more.
Well, also, guys, I thought for the Drury Blue Devils, I'll tell you, they got a great game out of Braden Durant. He ended up with 15 points, and they got some scoring. And the real story, the defensive effort by the Blue Devils, they really held Blake Mazzio, who came into this game for Hoosac Valley averaging 10 points a game, was shut out. And as we talked about, Aiden Wicks, who averaged 21 a game, ended up with 12. All of those points in the second half. So they had him bottled up in the first half. So that's a great defensive effort by the Blue Devils, holding those two scorers down.
Yeah, their defensive effort early set the tone, because the occasional times where they did get looks, they were a little quick with it or a little rushed, and they couldn't find the basket in the first half, and that was just too much to overcome tonight. Drury has a great offensive player in Jorge Bond, great role players and complementary players in the entire team, but they're going to win or lose in the tournament in playing defense, and tonight they played great defense, especially in that first half, holding the Hurricanes to 10 points.
Yeah, they certainly did. They did a beautiful job defensively. Whenever you hold a team like Hoosac Valley, any high school team, whenever you hold that team in the low 40s, you're going to win most of those games. And quite frankly, yeah, for Hoosac Valley, they had Drury in the low 50s late in this ball game, and you'd say as a coach, you know, give me that defensive effort, give me that, and you're going to win most of those games.
Yeah, Drury's averaging 70 points a game, and you held them in the 50s, so you can put, you know, a measuring stick on that, but you just got to do it a little better on the offensive end. If one of the players, Mazzio
yeah, I mean, Mazzio, when you take for Hoosac Valley, Mazzio and Wicks, they account for 31 points, you know, pretty much a game for Hoosac Valley, and they were held to a combined 12 points. They were held almost 20 points under the scoring average for the season. So that really tells you the story of this ball game. Drury was able to bottle those two players up.
Yeah, no, Wicks got it hot there in about a 3-minute stretch in the third quarter. If he was able to come out at the beginning of the game like that, it's a whole different ball game. But Drury didn't let their two, you know, outside scorers get going. The only one in double digits tonight for Hoosac was Bradley. When you're going into a game like this, you don't care if Bradley gets 15 if you do the job on the perimeter players, and they did the job. So, you know, Drury's, you know, got things going on both ends, but Jack Reset knows not to take the foot off the pedal and keep getting better and better and better. They have big aspirations this year,
yep.
And one of their aspirations was to go 2-0 against Hoosac Valley, and they chopped off half of it tonight.
Scoring-wise, Tim, of course, mine's unofficial. I might be a little bit off. I had Durant with 14, not 15, but I did come up with a 57. But just, you know, two kids in double figures for each team. But Drury got some contributions, as Tim said, from Shane Fauscher with 8 and Connor Hinkle with 8. So a couple hoops here and there, but the go-to guy is still going to be Bond. And when he was on the floor, they were able to take care of that 230 that he had to sit, but they got just enough. And Aiden Wicks got some great shots off in the first half. He just couldn't buy a hoop. But he did any good ball player would, John. He did exactly what you said. You expected double figures. He did with 12. Had a hot hand for a while, but it just wasn't enough tonight.
And again, it's easy up here, but put in my putting my coaching hat on, if I'm Aiden Wicks and I'm his coach, I'm telling him to go to the line, go to the basket, get that ball to fall through once, because once he made his first shot, he hit 3 out of his next 4 shots. And, you know, when you have a lid on the basket and you keep shooting from 3, it's very hard to break the lid off. I tell my scorers my whole coaching career, if you're having trouble putting the ball in, either get a layup or get to the foul line. And Wicks didn't get to the foul line until late in the game. And, you know, he was frustrated in the first half, but like a very good player, like an excellent player, he had a great third quarter and gave himself, you know, gave his team a chance for a little bit there in the third quarter until Drury righted the ship and put him away.
Yeah, there were a couple runs throughout this game, couple moments you pointed out during the broadcast, especially, you know, in that second half where Hoosac Valley, Drury was a little bit discombobulated on offense, and Hoosac Valley had cut that lead down, and we're in a position to make a little bit of a run, but Bond really stepped it up at that point and scored some quick hoops, and that pretty much put Hoosac Valley away.
100%, Tim. You nailed it on the head. Hoosac Valley had the ball 3 or 4 possessions down 12. If you hit 2 of them, you're in single digits.
Right.
Instead, they went miss, 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 and then finally Bond took one coast to coast for an easy layup. Then Bond took one in again for a layup, and then he cashed in a 3, and before you knew it, the 11-point lead was right back up to 19. Hoosac is going to be, you know, in most games with the way they play defense, but they're going to hopefully have to find the basket a little bit better than they did tonight. But I'm impressed with both teams' defensive efforts, and I'm impressed with the Drury Blue Devils coming away with another victory. But I know Hoosac Valley's going to beat some teams on their schedule that, you know, maybe they're not supposed to because they got enough talent on their squad too.
Well, that'll do it from tonight here at the Buckyville Gym. We hope you enjoyed High School Basketball Weekly, followed by the game between the Blue Devils and the Hurricanes. And for Matt Tucker, for Tim Morey, and John Jacoby, I'm Rick Lewis saying thanks, everybody. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you again next week. Good night.
Good night.